Well done. You've moved on to the improver steps, and this is where you will really start to strengthen the muscles throughout your entire body, ready for even harder exercises. Let's get started. Support yourselves coming down into a lying position, rolling over onto your backs, getting into a nice neutral position. Check that the feet are facing forwards and that the heels of your feet are in line with the sitting bones of your bottom. Just mobilise through your pelvis and come into a nice neutral position. You can check that by bringing the heels of your hands onto your hip bones and the middle fingers onto your pubic bone. Then just think of allowing all the muscles through the lower back and around the backs of the thighs and the glutes to melt into the floor. Working up through the body, you want that feeling of width or openness across the chest, so just bring the shoulders slightly round. Just think of sinking them very gently down your back. Look up to the ceiling and notice how the spine of your neck shortens into a reverse C shape. And on your next inhalation, lengthen from the top of the back of the head so that the eye line travels across the ceiling and about a third of the way down the wall ahead of you. Chin comes slightly down toward your chest. Now I want you to inhale down into your tummy. And as you exhale through softly pursed lips, you're internally lifting your pelvic floor and drawing your tummy muscles back and wide from in between the hip bones. And again, inhaling down nice and low, tummy's rising. And as you exhale, it's as if you're fastening up an internal zip, then softening back and wide from in between the hip bones. And again, inhaling down nice and low. And as you exhale through softly pursed lips, it's as if you're fastening up an internal zip and then fastening up a belt behind you. And this time, I want you to inhale down nice and low. And as you exhale, engaging your pelvic floor, drawing your tummy muscles back and wide, keeping that connection there. And now inhale and exhale out to the side and the back to the rib cage. And each time you exhale, you can just deepen that connection through the centre of the body if you need to. Inhaling wide into the sides and the back to the rib cage, exhaling, checking you're engaged, drawing back and wide. The upper body staying nice and relaxed and the breast coming wide. It's as if your ribs are coming out to the sides of the room. Last time, gently inhaling wide, perfect, and then exhaling and relaxing. And this is what we're doing through every exercise we do in Pilates. So now I want you to inhale down into your tummies. As you exhale through softly pursed lips, engage your pelvic floor, draw your tummy muscles back and wide. Keep those muscles there. Inhale into your ribs and bring your right knee out to the side. Extend and reach the leg away. Roll the leg round to the toes coming up to the ceiling. Exhale, draw back and wide and bring that leg back in. And again, inhaling down, connecting, exhaling and reaching the leg round. So setting first, inhaling, yep, connecting, inhaling to bring the knee out, good. Extend and reach away, roll the leg round, exhale, deepen that connection and come back in. And again, inhaling down and connecting. Inhaling as the rib comes out to the side, reach the leg away, roll the leg round, exhale, draw back and wide and slide the leg back in. So as you do this, imagine that pint glass of water on your tummy, you're keeping your hips completely level, lower back staying in neutral. Let's do the other side. So inhale down to prepare. As you exhale, engage the pelvic floor, draw back and wide. Inhale into the ribs as the knee comes out, reach the leg away, exhale, draw back and wide. And again, inhaling down, connecting through the centre of the body. Inhale to bring the knee out, reach away, roll the leg round, exhale, deepen that connection. One last time, inhaling, connecting, inhaling to reach the leg out to the side and away, exhale, sliding the leg back in. Good. Okay, from there, we're just going to go into some single leg lifts. I want you to bring your fingers in and off your hip bones. I want you to inhale down into your tummies. As you exhale, engage your pelvic floor, draw your tummy muscles back and wide. Exhale and bring your right leg up. You're keeping the hips completely level, lower back and neutral. Inhale into your ribs. Keep that feeling of the pulse under your fingers. Exhale to lower the leg down. Changing sides. You're inhaling down to prepare. Engage the pelvic floor, draw your tummy muscles back and wide. Exhale, lift the leg up. Have a feeling of connection in between your hip bones. Inhaling into the ribs and exhaling to lower. We're going to do that now on 2 breaths. I want you to keep your fingers in and off your hip bones, and I want you to see if you can maintain that feeling of a pulse under your fingers. So you're going to inhale down to prepare. Engage the pelvic floor, draw your tummy muscles back and wide. Exhale to bring the first leg up. Inhale into the ribs. Keep that same feeling under your fingers. Lower the leg down as you inhale. Exhale to bring the next leg up. You're inhaling into your ribs as you lower the leg, and then you're exhaling to bring the next leg up. You're inhaling into the ribs as you lower the leg, and you're exhaling, draw back and wide. Keep the hips level, keep the lower back in neutral. Keep that feeling of a pulse under your fingers all the time. This is how you can tell that you're keeping your connection and breathing through movement. We'll just do it one more time on each side. Inhaling to lift, drawing back and wide. Good. And then last time, exhaling to lift. and inhaling to lower. Good. Okay. Now we're going to do a 2-leg lift. For this exercise, some people may need a bit of extra support through their abdominals. To do this, I want you to inhale down into your tummies. As you exhale, gently engage your pelvic floor, draw your tummy muscles back and wide, and just sink the hips a little bit in towards the ribs. Now you can inhale into your ribs and bring the first leg up, and then keep drawing back and wide through the hips as you exhale and bring the second leg up. You want to make sure that your tummy muscles are staying back and that your lower back isn't arching off of the floor. Inhale into the ribs to bring the first leg down, and exhale to bring the second leg down and bring your pelvis back into neutral. As you strengthen through the core muscles, you may be able to come back into a neutral position. If you find that you're quite unstable throughout your single leg lifts and throughout your hip release exercises, then you can come into this position by bringing the hips and sinking them in towards the ribs, which will give you extra support. So come into it if you need to. Okay, so come into neutral. We'll do that one more time. You're inhaling down to prepare. As you exhale, engage the pelvic floor, draw the tummy muscles back and wide, sink the hips in towards the ribs for extra support, keeping the glutes relaxed. Inhale to bring the first leg up. Exhale, draw back and wide and bring the second leg up. If you find your back is lifting off slightly, you can bring the knees slightly further in towards you. That will make it slightly easier. And then you can bring the legs over the hips to make it slightly harder. You can do that on yourself and see how it feels. Inhale to bring the first leg down, and exhale to bring the second leg down. The most important thing is that you don't let the back arch and let the tummy muscles stay drawn back. Let's try that 2 more times. Coming into neutral. Inhale down to prepare, engage the pelvic floor, draw your tummy muscles back and wide, sink the hips a little bit in towards the ribs as you exhale. Inhale to bring the first leg up, draw back and wide to bring the second leg up. Have the knees where it's comfortable for you to do so, maintaining neutral. Inhaling into the sides and the back of the rib cage as you bring the first leg down, and then exhaling to bring the second leg down, bring the pelvis back into neutral. Last time, inhaling down to prepare. As you exhale, engage the pelvic floor, draw the tummy muscles back and wide, sink the hips in towards the ribs. Inhaling to bring the first leg up, drawing back and wide, keep the tummy nice and drawn back as you exhale for the second leg to come up. Inhale to bring the first leg down, exhale, bring the second leg down. Excellent. Let's roll over onto our sides, ready for a spine rotation. Okay, so now we're in neutral on our side, so just check that the ankles, knees and hips stacked on top of each other facing forward. Top hip is slightly away from the top rib, bottom shoulder is in line with bottom hip, drawing your top shoulder down away from your ear, head is comfortable. You're going to inhale and bring your top arm up to the ceiling and turn the head, connect through the centre of the body, exhale, arms coming out at shoulder height, hips are staying forwards, inhaling into the ribs, checking you're connected through the centre of the body as you exhale and relax. Inhaling wide into the sides and back to the rib cage, exhaling to connect and bring the arm back across. And again, inhaling, bring the arm up and turn, connect through the centre of the body, exhaling and rotating. Inhaling wide into the ribs, exhaling and relaxing. Inhaling wide into the ribs, checking you're still engaged, and then exhaling to bring the arm back across. Just make sure the hips aren't rolling back as you turn round. Last time, inhaling up, exhaling, coming out at shoulder height or slightly higher. Inhaling into the ribs, exhaling, keeping your connection and relaxing. Inhaling into your ribs, checking you're still engaged. And then exhale to bring the arm back across. Now you're going to come up onto all fours, ready for the cat stretch. Face that way. We're going to do one general cat stretch, and then we're going to work up the spine in order. So just check the hands are under the shoulders, knees are under the hips. Check you're in neutral all the way through the spine, the back of the head is long. You're going to inhale down into your tummy to prepare. Engage the pelvic floor, draw your tummy muscles back and wide, and as you exhale, draw up through the tummy and the chest, round down through the head and the hips. Inhale wide into the sides and the back of your rib cage, maintaining that flexion, and then exhale and come back into a nice long spine again. Now we're going to work up the spine in order. So inhale down to prepare. Engage through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, keep the upper spine where it is. Start by drawing up through the tummy, through the middle of the back, through the upper back, lengthening out through the crown of the head, inhaling wide into the sides and the back to the rib cage. And then as you exhale, keep the upper body where it is. You're lowering and lengthening all the time. Stabilise the shoulders, lengthening out through the crown of the head. And again, inhaling, connecting the pelvic floor, draw the tummy muscles back and wide, draw the tummy up, round, down through the lower back first, then through the middle of the spine, then through the upper spine, then lengthening out through the crown of the head, inhaling wide into the sides and the back to the rib cage. Keep the upper spine is where it is, lengthening out through the lower back, through the middle of the spine, through the upper spine. stabilising through the shoulders. I'm going to do it one more time in the opposite direction. You're going to inhale down, connect through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, craniovertebral flexion first, then come up through the collarbone, the breastbone, the middle of the spine, down through the lower back. Maintain that flexion, inhaling wide into the sides and the back of the rib cage, good. And as you exhale, lengthening out through the crown of the head, coming all the way back down through the spine. And now we're going to come over onto the other side for our spine rotation. So again, just coming down into a neutral position now, but on your side, checking that your bottom shoulder is in line with your bottom hip. Ankles, knees and hips stacked on top of each other, lengthening your top hip away from your rib, engaging through the shoulder stabilisers. Inhaling to bring your top arm up to the ceiling and start to turn the head. Connect through the centre of the body, exhale to rotate and open, keeping that shoulder dropping down into the shoulder joint. Inhaling wide into the ribs, exhaling and relaxing. Inhaling wide into the ribs, connecting through the centre of the body as you exhale to bring the arm back across. And again, you're inhaling to float that top arm up to the ceiling, turn the head, the arms coming out at shoulder height or slightly higher. Check the hips don't roll back, inhaling wide into the ribs. Exhale, relax, keep the shoulder lifted. Inhaling wide into the ribs, checking you're still engaged, and then exhaling to bring the arm back. And one last time, inhaling to float the arm up and turn the head, connect, exhaling. Inhaling wide into the ribs, exhaling to relax. Inhaling wide into the ribs, re-engaging through the centre of the body, and then exhaling to bring the arms back across the body. Now you're going to come over onto your backs, ready for some hip rolls. Okay, so make sure you remove the block or equivalent from underneath your head. And you're going to have your feet flat on the floor, facing forwards, hips in line with the knees, pelvis in neutral. Back of the head is lengthened now. Make sure you consciously lengthen through the back of the head. Now we haven't got a prop to help us. Okay, pelvis is in neutral. You're going to inhale down into the tummy. As you exhale, engage the pelvic floor, draw your tummy muscles back and wide, sink the hips in towards the ribs. Then you're going to engage your glutes, distribute your weight evenly through the feet, peel your spine up one vertebrae at a time in an order. Keep lengthening through the back of the head. Inhaling wide into the ribs, and as you exhale, you're peeling your spine back down onto the floor, one vertebra at a time and in order. So imagine heavy weights hanging off each vertebrae, and you're placing them down one at a time. Releasing through the hips, through the glutes, back into neutral. Inhaling, connecting, rolling the hips in towards the ribs, peeling the spine up off the floor, one vertebra at a time and in order. Make sure you don't let the rib cage pop up. Inhaling into the ribs, exhaling, drawing down. So really get a sense of the spine coming down sequentially through, releasing through the hips, through the glutes, bringing that pelvis back into neutral. This time I want you to inhale down. As you exhale, engage with the centre of the body, sink the hips in towards the ribs, then fire up the glutes. Roll up to your neutral position. Now, when you get to the top, I want you to inhale into your ribs. As you exhale, just keep the shoulders sliding down the back and float your arms up to the ceiling. Good. Maintain that neutral position. Inhaling into the ribs, keep the tummy muscles drawn back. Exhale, bring the arms down first. Then inhaling into the ribs. And now exhale and peel the spine back down onto the mat in order. Releasing through the hips, releasing through the glutes, coming back into neutral. Let's try that one more time. Inhale, connect through the centre of the body, sink the hips in towards the ribs, peeling your spine up off the floor, keep lengthening through the back of the head as you peel it up, inhaling into the ribs, exhale, sliding the shoulders down your back as you bring your arms up to the ceiling. Maintain that position, inhaling to your ribs, exhale, bring the arms down long by your sides, good, inhaling wide into the ribs, exhaling to sequentially peel your spine back down onto the mat, releasing through the hips, through the glutes, bringing the pelvis back into neutral. Now you can bring something back underneath your head to lengthen through the back of the neck. You're going to bring your arms up with the palms facing inwards, just mobilise through the shoulder blades. So inhale to open behind the shoulder blades so your arms come up to the ceiling. As you exhale, keep the width across the chest and just think of sliding the shoulder blades down your back underneath you. And again, you're inhaling to open and reach up like you're hugging a beach ball, and then you're exhaling to keep the width across the chest, sliding the shoulder blades down your back. Last time, inhale, open and reach up, engaging through the centre of the body, still exhaling to draw down. Now you're going to keep that feeling of the shoulders sliding down your back, inhaling into your ribs, exhaling, keep the core connected and bring your arms back towards your ears, keep the rib cage pressing down into the back underneath you, onto the mat underneath you. Inhale into the ribs to bring the arms back up to the ceiling, and then exhale to float them down by your sides. We're going to do that again. So inhale down to prepare as the arms come up. Connect through the centre of the body. Exhale, keep the rib cage drawn down as the arms come back. Keep the shoulders engaged. Inhaling into the ribs as the arms come back up to the ceiling, and then exhale and bringing them down by your sides. Now we're going to do the same thing with a single leg slide. Just notice how you're going to need some extra support through the core to stabilise your arms and a leg coming away from the body. You're inhaling to bring your arms up to the ceiling. Connect through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, keep the rib cage drawn down. Now slowly slide your right leg away as you bring your arms over your head, keeping that nice neutral alignment all the way through. Good. Then inhale to bring the arms back up to the ceiling. Exhale, deepening that connection as the leg and the arms slide back into centre. And again on the other side, inhale, slide the shoulders down, bring the arms up, connect through the centre of the body. Exhale, bring the arms back, keep the rib cage drawn down as the opposite leg slides away. Inhaling to bring the arms up to the ceiling, and exhale to bring the leg and the arms back into centre. So just being aware here of keeping the lower back in neutral, the rib cage drawn down, shoulders connected. Let's do that one more time on each side. Inhale, slide your shoulders down, bring the arms up to the ceiling, engage through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, only bring your arms and legs away as far as you can, keeping this nice neutral position through the spine. Inhaling into the ribs to bring the arms up to the ceiling, exhale to bring the legs and the arms back into centre. Let's do it one more time on the other side. Inhale to bring the arms up, connect through the centre of the body. Exhale, keep that rib cage pressing down as the leg reaches away. Good. Inhaling into the ribs as the arms come back up to the ceiling, and then exhaling to bring your legs and arms back into centre. Okay, from there we're just going to do a little bit of shoulder elevation and then draw the shoulders down. I want you to inhale very gently, bring your shoulders out and up towards your ears, connect through the centre of the body, and then exhaling. Creeping your fingertips down towards your toes, lengthening across the top of the shoulders. And again, you're inhaling to very gently bring the shoulders out and up towards the ears. And then keep the width across the chest as you gently slide the shoulders down, lengthening through the top. One more time. Inhale, gently bring the shoulders out and up. As you exhale, keep the width across the chest. Slide the shoulder blades down the back. And keep that feeling now while we go into our ab prep. Okay, so you're going to inhale. Make sure the back of the head is long. Connect through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, imagine somebody's pulling you up from just beneath your breastbone. The arms are reaching forward, shoulders are relaxed. Keep that flexion and inhale into your ribs, and then exhale to lower back down from this point. Make sure the eyes are looking forward so that you don't strain through the neck, and make sure that the hips stay fixed. You don't want them to roll back as you flex up. So you're inhaling and lengthening through the back of the head, connecting through the centre of the body, exhaling to flex up from here. Inhaling wide into the sides and the back to the rib cage, exhaling to lower back down, hips stay fixed. And again, inhale, lengthen through the back of the head, connect through the centre of the body, exhale, flexing up. Good. Eyes are just looking here in the thighs, inhaling wide into the ribs, exhaling to lower back down. Okay, let's do it one more time. Inhale, check the back of the head long, engage through the core first, then exhale and flex up. Relax through the shoulders, inhaling wide into the sides and the back to the rib cage, exhaling to keep the connection as you lower back down. So you always engage through the core before you move. Now we're going to add on a single leg extension. So you're going to inhale, check the back of the head is lengthened. Connect through the centre of the body, so draw back and wide. Good. Exhale, flex up, and now keep the hips completely level and reach one leg away. So want you to keep the stability through the hips, keep the lower back in neutral. Inhaling, and then exhaling to lower back down and bring the leg back in. Let's try that on the other side. Inhale, check the back of the head is long. First, connect through the centre of the body. Then exhale and flex up. Inhale into the ribs. Exhale, reach one leg away. Maintain that flexion. Inhale into the ribs. Exhale to bring the leg back in. And then bring the upper body back down to the mat. Good. We'll do that again on each side. Inhale, check the back of the head lengthened. Connect through the centre of the body. Exhale, flex up. Maintain that flexion. Keep the eyes looking forwards. Inhale. Exhale, reach one leg away as it's slightly lifted off the ground. Make sure the hips are level. Inhaling into the ribs. Exhale, bring the foot back in as you lower back down. And again on the other side. Inhale, lengthen through the back of the head. Connect through the centre of the body. Exhale, flex up. Keep the legs slightly lifted off the floor as you exhale and reach away. Inhaling and holding. Exhaling to bring the leg in and lower back down. We're going to increase that challenge now by bringing the arms slightly away from us. Although the hands can lightly support through the head, by bringing the arms further away from the body, you're starting to increase challenge through the core. So when your arms are behind your head, check you're still engaging through the shoulder stabilizers. Inhale, take the back of the neck long, engage through the center of the body. Exhale, flex up. Inhale. Exhale, draw back and wide and reach one leg away, really making sure you're keeping neutral through the core. Inhaling, exhaling and lowering back down. And again, inhale, take the back of the neck long, connect through the centre of the body first. Exhale, flex up, keep the shoulders engaged, inhaling. Exhaling, reaching the leg away. Inhaling wide into the ribs, exhaling as you come back down. We'll do that one more time on each side. Inhale, take the back of the head long, connect through the centre of the body, good. Exhale, flex up, inhaling and holding. Exhaling, reach your way. So really make sure you keep that flexion, keep the eyes looking forwards. Inhaling, exhaling, bring the leg back in and lower back down. Well done. Last time on the other side. Inhale, take the back of the neck long, connecting through the centre of the body. Exhale, flexing up, eyes are looking forwards. Inhaling and holding. Exhale, reach your way. Maintain that flexion, keep the eyes looking forwards. Inhaling into the ribs. Exhaling to bring the neck in, the leg in and lower back down. Okay, could you feel that one? Mm-hmm. Good. Okay, now we're going to do the 100 with the feet on the floor. Remember, you're keeping that flexion through the spine. Keep your eyes looking forward, breathing in and out of the sides and the backs of the rib cage. Nice, soft, slow, gradual breaths. Are we ready? Check you're in a nice neutral position through the pelvis. Inhale, till the back of the head is long. Connect through the centre of the body. Exhale, flex up, just like you did for your ab prep position. Relax through the shoulders. Gently start pumping your arms. Sniff, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Sniff, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Sniff, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Good. So really keeping that flex position. Each time you exhale, you can deepen that connection if you need to. Okay, if your head's starting to ache, you can just support it lightly with one hand behind the head. Or if it gets too much, you can bring the head and neck onto the block. So, let's carry on. Sniff, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. Last 2. Sniff, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Last time. Sniff, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 2, 3, 4. Stay there and inhale. And then exhale, lower the head and neck back down to the mat. Good. Okay, now we're going to lengthen the legs away. Toes softly coming up to the ceiling, and we're going to bring our arms over the head. So these exercises that we're doing now are preparing our bodies for more advanced exercises we're going to do later. So we're just starting to really strengthen through the core now. So bring the arms slightly back towards you, keeping the rib cage pressing down. Check that you're in a neutral position through your lower back. If you have an excessive arch under your lower back, just gently sink the hips in towards the ribs without tucking under. You're going to inhale and bring your arms up to the ceiling. Make sure the back of the head's long, and as you exhale, flex up from beneath your breastbone. Bring the eyes, look at the tips of your toes. You're going to inhale into your ribs, and as you exhale, see if you can flex up just about another ½ inch, but don't allow your hips to roll back towards you. Inhaling, and then exhaling to roll back down sequentially through the spine. So think of peeling your upper spine now off the floor. Okay, so you're inhaling to bring the arms up to the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the head. Exhale, draw back and wide. Peel your upper spine up off the floor. Eyes look at the tips of the toes. Inhaling, exhaling, see if you can come up just about ½ inch without moving the hips. Inhaling, exhaling, peeling down through the spine. Bringing the arms back towards the ears, but keep the shoulders sliding down your back. One last time like this. Inhale, bring the arms up to the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the head. Exhale, flex up. Good, keeping the hips nice and still. Inhaling, exhaling, flex up just a little bit more. Inhaling and exhaling to peel the spine back down onto the mat. We're going to add on a slight progression now. We're just going to move the arms, and that will make it slightly more challenging. It's really important that when you do that, you keep the flexion through your spine and keep your eyes looking forwards. So only bring your arms back as far as you can, maintaining your flexion. Otherwise, you'll start to lose neutral and you'll start to strain through the head. So if you bring your arms back into the start position, keeping the rib cage down, you're going to inhale, bring the arms up to the ceiling, lengthen through the back of the head, exhale and flex up. Now, I want you to maintain that flexion and inhale and bring your arms back on a diagonal as far as you can without losing your flexion, and pause, exhale and roll back down. Good. And again, inhale, bring the arms up, lengthen through the back of the head, exhale, peeling up sequentially. And then inhale to bring the arms up to the ceiling, keep the eyes looking forwards. pause, and then exhaling and coming back down. Good. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, bring the arms up, lengthen, connect, exhale, peeling up. Keeping that flexion through your spine, keep the eyes looking forwards. Inhale, bring the arms up to the ceiling and pause, and then exhaling to roll back down. Okay, from there we're just going to do one more exercise that's really going to challenge the core, and then we'll change our position. Bring your feet flat on the floor. We're going to do the obliques. So bring your hands lightly behind your head with the elbows coming out to the side. Remember, you're imagining you've got a cross going from rib to hip, and you're going to flex slightly first and then take your opposite rib across your opposite hip, leading with the rib, not with the elbow. So the elbows are out to the side. Inhale, check the back of the head is long. As you exhale, engage through the centre of the body first, flex up a little bit first, then bring opposite rib over towards your opposite hip. So you're crunching across there. So inhaling back. Okay, so inhale back. So flex up a little bit, then rotate. Good. Inhaling back. Exhale, flex and rotate. And inhaling back. Good. Exhale, flex and rotate. Hips are still staying fixed. Inhaling back. Good. Exhale, flexing and rotating. Opposite ribs coming across to opposite hip. Do one more on each side. Exhale, flex and rotate. Good. Last time. Inhale, exhale, flex and rotate. Inhaling down and relaxing. Good. Now, just bring the feet together. Take the knees over to one side. Keep the ankles, knees and hips stacked on top of each other, and just get a release through the waist. And then inhale and then repeat it on the other side. Okay, now we're going to come over onto our side, ready for some side leg exercises. Okay. Okay, you're going to keep your bottom leg bent and you're going to straighten your top leg away from you. Still lengthening this hip away from the ribs, still always stabilising through the shoulders. You want to be in one nice long line now, all the way through the body, keeping the hips stacked on top of each other. You're going to start by flexing this top foot, which means bringing it towards you. You're going to inhale and come forwards for 2. Then you're going to exhale, point, reach, and hold the leg behind you. When you bring the leg behind, contract your glute and don't allow your lower back to arch. So it doesn't matter how far you bring your legs in this exercise, it's more important that you keep neutral through your lower back and stabilise through your pelvis. So even if you only bring your foot forward an inch and then back to midline, that's great, as long as you're not unstable through your pelvis. So work within your own range. So you're inhaling down to prepare. So bring the leg back. You're going to inhale down and prepare. As you exhale, engage the pelvic floor, draw your tummy muscles back and wide. Now, bring the foot forwards, sniff, sniff, and then exhale, bring the leg back, contract the glute and hold. And then again, come forwards. Check the top hip doesn't roll back. And then inhaling, use the glute, keep neutral through the lower back. So you're keeping that stability through the hips. Good. Inhale, reach and hold. Don't allow the hips to roll back. Keep neutral through the lower back. Flex that foot, come forwards for 2. Inhaling. And again, inhaling, exhale, reach and hold. Let's just do it 2 more times. Inhaling, exhale, reach and hold. Keep the hips stacked. Last time. Sniff, sniff, exhale. Inhaling and holding. And then exhaling to lower that leg down. Okay, now we're going to do small circles, level with the hip, making sure the hips are staying nice and stacked. You're inhaling and exhaling out of the ribs. You initiate your circle with a little inhale and then to complete the circle, because you'll need your exhalation to help you keep your connection. Okay, ready? So, lift the leg up, connect through the centre of the body. Exhale as you circle. Good. Slightly lengthening away from the hip as you do those circles. Okay, now hold the leg there and then we're going to reverse. So inhaling, connecting, exhaling, reversing. So making sure you're engaged the whole time. Good. Last 3, 2, 1. Inhale and hold. And then exhale and lower the leg back down. If you want to bring your knee in front of the opposite knee and just release through your side by giving yourself a round of applause. Okay, lengthen the top leg away from you again. Okay, you can either keep the bottom knee bent if you want extra support, or now you can lengthen that bottom leg away from you as well. Okay, make sure that you're keeping stacked all the time and nice level through the spine. Okay, you're going to inhale, point, lift and reach the top leg up. Exhale, flex, squeeze the inner thigh and glute and lengthen the leg away from the hip as you lower it back down. So inhale, point, lift up, keep the distance between the hip and the ribs. Exhale, flex, squeeze and lower. And again, inhale, point, lift up, still engaged all the time. Exhale, flex, squeeze and lower. Last two. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale, flex, squeeze, lower. And last one. Inhale, point, lift up. Exhale, flex, squeeze inner thigh and glute as you lower back down. Now we're going to make it slightly more challenging. Try not to put too much weight through the upper body. Keep the top shoulders sliding down away from your ear. You're going to inhale, point, lift the top leg up. As you exhale, squeeze your bottom thigh to meet the top leg and then lengthen your legs away as they lower back down. And again, inhale, point, lift, reach top leg up. Exhale, squeeze inner thigh up to the top leg. Try and keep the hips stacked. Don't allow them to roll back and then lower them back down. And again, inhale, point, lift top leg up. Exhale, squeeze your inner thigh up to meet the top leg. Try and keep that stability through the centre of the body as you lower the legs away. We'll do two more. Inhale, point and lift the top leg up. Exhale, squeeze the inner thigh up to meet the top leg. Lengthen both legs away as you lower. And last time, inhale, point, lift top leg up. Exhale, squeeze the inner thigh up to the top leg. Lengthen both legs away as they lower. Okay, one more progression now. You're going to lift both legs up together. Really working the obliques here. You're going to inhale down to prepare. Engage your pelvic floor. Draw your tummy muscles back and wide. And as you exhale, reach both legs up. Inhaling wide into the sides and the back to the rib cage. Exhaling to control the movement as you lower back down. And again, inhaling. Lifting the pelvic floor. Draw your tummy muscles back and wide. Exhale, reach. Inhaling wide into the ribs. And exhaling and lowering. Let's do that two more times. Inhaling. Connecting through the centre of the body. Exhaling, reaching up. Inhaling wide into the ribs. Exhaling and lowering back down. And one last time. Inhaling. Engage your pelvic floor. Soften your tummy muscles back and wide. Exhale. Reaching up. Inhaling wide into the sides and the back to the rib cage. And then exhaling to lower back down. Good. Okay, now we're going to do one more exercise, the side balance. Lengthen your legs away. This is a really good one here for the obliques. So you want to have this top arm reaching down. It's really important that you're in your neutral spine position now. If you're out of neutral, you'll find this exercise harder because it will be harder to balance. You really need to use your core muscles. You're going to inhale down into your tummy. As you exhale, engage the pelvic floor, draw your tummy muscles back and wide. And then start to side flex up. Keep the head in, the back of the head lengthen. Reach your top fingers down towards your toes and really feel it here in the obliques. Inhaling wide into the ribs and then exhaling to lower back down. As you do this, see if you can lift your legs up as well to add to the challenge. So you're inhaling down to prepare, connecting through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, side sitting up. So really needing your core here to get your balance, drawing back and wide, inhaling into the ribs, and then exhaling and lowering back down. And again, you're inhaling down to prepare, connecting through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, side flexing up, reaching the fingers down, inhaling and exhaling and lowering. Good. Okay, let's just try that one last time. So inhaling down to prepare, connecting through the centre of the body, exhaling, flexing up, reaching the fingers down to the toes. Good. Inhaling wide to the sides and the back to the rib cage, exhaling and relaxing. Well done. Okay, good. Let's do that all on the other side now. Okay? Okay, so you're starting with your bottom knee bent, checking that you're in a nice neutral position through the spine, top shoulders drawing down away from the ear. And you're lengthening your top leg away from you, making sure that the hips are stacked on top of each other, leg is long, lengthening the hips slightly away from the rib. Flex that foot towards you, sniff, sniff, and then exhale, reach, bring the leg behind but keep neutral. So you're inhaling and exhaling out of the sides and the back to the rib cage. So flex the foot forward, sniff, sniff, exhale, press, reach and hold, contract through the glutes. And again, flex the foot forward, sniff, sniff. So only make the movement as far as you can, keeping neutral. Sniff, sniff, exhale, point, reach, hold. 3 more. Sniff, sniff, exhale, point, reach, hold. Good. Last 2. So those 3 bones are still staying in the same plane. Always staying connected, breathing in and out of the ribs. And then inhaling and holding, and then exhaling to relax the leg down. Ready to come into our single leg circle. So keep the hips stacked, inhaling down to prepare. Connecting through the centre of the body, exhale, pick the leg up. Really working the glutes here. Softly point your toe, inhaling and exhaling out of the ribs, keeping your connection. Good, and inhale and hold, and then exhale and reverse. Last two, last one, inhaling and holding, and then exhaling to bring that leg, bend the knee in front of your opposite one. Give yourselves a release through the glutes and through the hips. Okay, now we're going to lengthen both legs away now, so make sure your hips are nice and stacked, legs are nice and long. Okay, you're going to start by inhale, point, lift, reach the first leg up. Exhale, flex, squeeze and lower. Lengthen away from the hip, keep drawing back and wide. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale, flex, squeeze and lower. And again, inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale, flex, squeeze and lower. Working through the glute and the inner thigh. Inhale, point, lift, reach. Exhale, flex, squeeze and lower. Last two. Inhale, point, lift. Exhale, flex, squeeze, lower. Last time. Okay, now we're going to add the challenge of bringing up the second leg. So inhale, point, lift, reach the top leg up. Exhale, squeeze your inner thigh up to the top leg and then lengthen both legs away as you lower. And again, inhale, point, lift top leg up. Exhale, flex, squeeze bottom thigh up to the top leg. Try and keep the upper body relaxed as you do this so you align more on your core strength. Inhale, point, lift top leg up. Exhale, squeeze both legs up. Lengthen them away as you lower. Last time. Inhale, point, lift the top leg up. Exhale, squeeze the inner thigh up to meet the top leg. Lengthen the legs away as you lower. Now we're going to do the double leg lift, so a bit more support needed through the core, so really deepen that connection, draw back and wide. So inhale down, as you exhale, draw back and wide, reach the legs up, and then inhale and lower. Exhale, connect, squeeze and reach up. Try not to let the hips roll back, inhaling and lower. Last two, connect through the centre of the body, exhale, reach up, not too much weight through the upper body, rely on your core. Inhaling and lower, last time, big deep connection, exhale, reaching up. Good, and then inhaling to lower back down. Now having your arm long across the top. Some people will find this easier on one side than the other. Okay, so let's see how we get on with this side. You're going to inhale down to prepare. Engage the pelvic floor, draw your tummy muscles back and wide. Exhale, flex up through the spine. Excellent, well done. Working the obliques here, inhaling into the ribs and then exhaling to lower back down. If you're finding that you're unstable, just check that you're in that nice neutral line from the head down to the toes. Inhaling, exhaling and reaching, staying focused on one point, using the obliques, inhaling and exhaling to lower. Two more times, inhale, connect through the centre of the body, exhaling up, inhaling wide into the ribs, exhaling and lowering, and one more time, inhale to prepare, connect through the centre of the body, exhale and reach up, well done, inhaling and exhaling to lower, excellent, good. Okay, now we're going to come up into a sitting position. So just support yourselves coming up into a nice sitting position. Okay, we're going to do the spine twist. So are you comfortable with, you want a little block and then extend the legs away. Okay, you're going to bring your arms out to the side. So elbows want to be just level with the shoulders. Okay, nice long spines all the way through. We're going to do the 3 breaths like you're blowing out 3 small candles. Inhale to the back of the head, nice and long, connect through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, you're rotating through the spine. And then inhaling back to centre, make sure the shoulders are staying relaxed, connect, lengthen through the spine, exhale, rotate to the opposite side, good. So imagine you've got a pole running down your back, you're rotating round the imaginary pole, good. Exhale, rotate. Inhale back, so make sure the movement starts from the spine. The only reason the head moves is because the spine's moving first. So keep the head stacked on top of the rest of the spine, connect, exhale, good, good, that's it, excellent. Inhaling, exhaling, rotate through that spine first. Inhaling back and relaxing down and lowering, good, well done. Okay, now just remove the block from underneath you. You're going to come a little bit further forwards for a half roll back. So check that the feet are flat on the floor, facing forwards. Heels of the feet are in line with the sitting bones at the bottom. You're just going to start flexed forward. So remember, for the half roll back, we're maintaining our flexion through our spine and we're looking to get the lower back to flex down towards the mat. So the arms are slightly raised and reaching forward, shoulders are stabilised, back of the head is long. Inhaling down to prepare. Engage through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, use your tummy muscles to roll your hips away from your thigh. Get that flexion through the lumbar spine. Inhaling into the ribs. Exhaling to keep drawing back and wide as you flex forwards. Okay, nice and controlled using specific muscles. Inhaling, connecting through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, roll the hips away from the thigh. Use your core muscles, back of the head stays long, eyes looking on the horizon. Inhaling into the ribs, exhaling and flexing forwards. Do it 2 more times. Inhaling, connecting, rolling the hips away from the thigh, lower back's coming down towards the floor, recruiting core. Inhaling, exhaling forwards, and one last time. Inhaling, connecting, exhaling, rolling the hips away from the thigh, maintaining that flexion as you inhale. Good, and then exhaling and coming back up. We're going to use a similar movement now and do rolling like a ball prep 2. So we did rolling like a ball prep 1. We're going to take that to the next level now. Okay, you're going to inhale down to prepare. Connect through the centre body as you exhale. Inhale to bring the first leg up, and then exhale, draw back and wide and bring the second leg up. Now, I want you to exhale and roll your hips away from your thighs so your lower back comes down towards the floor. Keep the flexion through the upper spine, and then inhale to come back up. So it's a very small movement, but you're using very specific muscles. You're using your core muscles to flex through your lower back. So exhaling, initiate the movement with the core muscles, and then inhaling up. So you're going to draw back and wide. The first thing is try and use your core muscles to initiate this movement, get the flexion coming down towards the floor, and inhaling up. Exhale, draw back and wide. That's it there. Good. And then inhaling up. Let's do it 2 more times. So draw back and wide. Exhale, flexing back. Inhaling up. One more time. Connecting, exhaling, inhaling up, bringing one foot down, and then bringing the second foot down, and then just flexing over the thighs. Okay, I just want to do that one more time, just to give you an opportunity at home in case you came in halfway through there. So you're going to inhale down, connect through the centre of the body, sink the hips back, so you're sitting off the hip bones. Inhale to bring the first leg up, exhale, draw back and wide, bring the second leg back. Small movements, specific muscles. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, roll the hips away from the thigh. Try not to lean back. Try and use your core muscles to create that flexion. Then you're inhaling up. So exhale, draw the tummy muscles back towards the spine. Get that flexion through the lower back. And then inhaling up. We'll just do it 2 more times. Connect. Exhale, use those core muscles. Inhaling up. And last time, exhaling back. Keep that flexion through the spine. Inhaling wide into the sides, back to the rib cage. Exhale to bring the feet back down onto the mat and just flex up and over the thighs. Well done. Okay, we're going to come over onto all fours now. You're going to walk the hands forwards and out to the side. So we're going to come into our 3/4 plank position, and then we're going to add a progression, but we can do that together. I'll talk you into it. So you're going to start by inhaling down into your tummies. Connect through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, bring your hips forwards. So you've got a nice long line running from the shoulders, hips, down to your knee. Maybe sink the hips a little bit further forwards there, slide the shoulders down the back. Now I just want you to curl the toes under as Charlotte's doing here. You're going to inhale into your ribs, and on your next exhalation, just press into one toe so you're straightening a leg on that side. Keep the hips completely level so that those 3 bones are still parallel facing down. Inhaling and exhaling out of the ribs. Each time you exhale, just deepen your connection. That's it, keep the leg extended. Just deepening that connection each time you exhale. Then inhaling into the ribs, exhaling and lowering that leg down. Check the shoulders are stable, check the back of the head's long. Exhale, push into the opposite leg. Push into the foot on the opposite side, good. Check the lower back's not dipping down. Keeping neutral all the way through. Each time you exhale, draw back and wide a little bit more. So see, Charlotte's got nice neutral hips here, they're staying level. Back of the head's long, shoulders are stabilised. Deepening that connection every time you exhale. Inhaling into the ribs. Exhaling to bring that knee back down. Inhaling. Exhaling to come back and sit onto the heels of the feet and take a rest. Well done. Can see that working. Okay, and from there we're going to come down onto the floor. Okay, so we're going to do an exercise now called the breaststroke. Okay, so you're keeping your spine long as you exhale, and imagine that you're diving into some water, keeping the shoulders stabilised. So exhale as if you're diving into some water, reach the arms above. You're going to then inhale as if you're doing the breaststroke, bring the palms to face the thighs and get some extension through the upper spine, keeping the spine nice and long. Okay, so to demonstrate it one more time, exhale as if you're diving into the water, so now you're long through the spine. Inhale, create some resistance, stabilise your shoulders, extension through the back. Okay, let's do that together now. So just coming back down to the mat, inhaling down to prepare, connecting through the centre of the body. Exhale and dive into the water. Keep the spine nice and long. Inhale, press the hands down towards the thighs, reach the fingers down towards the toes. And again, exhaling to dive in. Keep the shoulders stabilised, back of the head long. Reaching around, slide your shoulders down your back. Again, look, keep the spine nice and long. And again, exhaling to dive in. Inhale, reach the arms around, lengthen through the shoulders. Keep the back nice and long. And again, exhale to dive in. Keep core connected all the time so you don't over tighten through the lower back. Let's just do it 2 more times. Exhale to dive in. Inhaling round, take a breath of air as you come up. Last time, exhaling in, inhaling round, inhaling and holding, and exhaling to lower. And don't forget, if you get over tight through your lower back, you can bring the legs open and turn your toes out for these exercises. Okay, we're going to do this swimming exercise, which we've done a prep for in the past, but now we're going to make it slightly more challenging. Okay, you're going to have your arms slightly above your head. And you can now turn your toes out to the side of the room. So before we did opposite arm and leg. Okay, we're going to start with that now. And then as you start to make sure you're using your glute and your shoulder stabilizers, you can get slightly quicker so that all 4 limbs are off the floor at the same time. You need to make sure you're engaging your core, your glutes, and your shoulder stabilizers, keeping nice and still throughout. So you're going to inhale to prepare. Connect through the centre of the body. And as you exhale, pick an opposite arm and leg up. Make sure you're using your glute and your shoulder stabilisers. Inhale to bring them down, and then change sides. Exhale, make sure you're using your glute, so your lower back's not over tightening. Inhaling down. Then just continue to do this, and naturally start to get just a little bit quicker until you find that you can have all 4 offers. As they cross over here, now you see we're lifting off all together at the same time. So you're constantly engaging glutes, shoulder stabilisers are constantly connected. Okay, then inhaling into the ribs, exhaling and relaxing back down, and we're going to do that 1 more time together again in case you needed to look at what we were doing. Okay, so lying down, inhaling down to prepare. Connecting through the centre of the body, checking the shoulders are stabilised. Exhale, pick opposite arm and leg up, contract through the glutes. Inhaling to lower, exhaling to come up at the side. Really important you're using your glutes and your shoulder stabilisers, core staying connected all the time. Drawing back and wide with each exhalation. Good. Reaching the legs away. Do 1 more on each side. Inhaling into the ribs. And then exhaling and relaxing. Excellent. Okay, so from there we're just going to come into our swan dive prep that we've done before, just to do some nice extension work at the end of the class. So you're going to inhale down into the tummy, connect through the centre of the body, gently slide the shoulders out and down the back, and then use those muscles to extend you up through the upper spine. Now pushing up into the palms of the hands, keeping the spine nice and long, head stacked on top of the spine. Inhaling into the sides and the backs of the rib cage, and as you exhale, keep the length through the spine as you lower back down. Don't collapse through the centre of the body, controlling the movement down with the shoulder blades. And again, you're inhaling down to prepare, connecting through the centre of the body. Gently slide your shoulders out and down the back and use those muscles to extend you up. Lift, lift, lift through the tummy, so you're keeping the lower back lengthened. Don't allow it to collapse. Inhaling into the ribs, exhale to keep the length through the spine as you lower back down. And again, inhale, connect through the centre body, gently slide the shoulders out and down the back. Keep the head stacked on top of the rest of the spine. Exhale, reach up. Inhaling wide into the sides and back to the rib cage. Exhale, keep the length through the spine as you lower back down. 1 last time. Inhaling, engaging through the centre of the body, stabilising this through the shoulders. Lift, lift, lift through the tummy. Slide the shoulders down the back, keeping the head stacked on top of the rest of the spine. And then exhaling as you lower back down. Great job. You're going to bring your palms of your hands underneath your shoulders, have the elbows coming up to the ceiling, keep the spine nice and long, and inhale, connect through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, push up onto the knees and then come back onto the heels of the feet. Just reach out through the arms forwards now, just get a stretch through the lower back. And you're going to inhale down into the tummy, Connect through the centre of the body, and as you exhale, draw the tummy muscles back towards you. Use those muscles to stack the vertebrae one at a time over the hips, lifting and lengthening all the way through. Relax the shoulders away from the ears, float the head up last and lengthen out through the crown of the head. And you're going to inhale, reach one arm up to the ceiling, lengthen out to the side of the body, and exhale and come over to one side, just releasing through the waist. Inhale to bring the arm up, exhale, bring it back down. Change sides. Inhale, reach up and lengthen, and exhale, coming over to the opposite side. Inhaling and exhaling, coming back down. Then inhale and lengthen through the spine, and as you exhale, bring one ear over to one shoulder. Just dropping the opposite shoulder down away from you to increase the stretch, and inhaling, exhaling, back up to centre, change sides. Inhale, lengthen, connect, exhale, bring the ear over to the opposite shoulder and just drawing that shoulder down away from you. Inhaling and exhaling up. I hope you enjoyed this workout. You can progress on to the next step when you feel ready, but don't forget to come back to this workout for variety in your Pilates training. I'll see you then.